How do you ruin a card game with Rarity? Sometimes it seems like cards are just randomly selected in TCGs, and sometimes it seems like only the most powerful cards are reserved for those top rare slots. So how do you decide what cards go where? Because the history of TCGs has shown us that if we get this wrong, it can ruin the balance and playability of a TCG. But first things first, let's clarify what card rarity actually is in a TCG. In most TCGs, cards are categorized into several different rarities, which determine how frequently they appear in booster packs. The most common rarities you'll encounter are common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare. But the specific terms can vary from game to game. Now, most rarities are identified through symbols or letterings on a card to indicate exactly how rare those cards are. This is also something that will change from card game to card game. So whenever you're starting a brand new TCG, you have a whole new set of symbols to learn if you're interested in card rarity in a TCG, which I assume you are because you're watching this video on card rarity. But more specifically, you are watching this video on how card rarity can ruin a TCG. So don't worry, I am getting to that point. I just need to start with the card complexity scale. Now, a card complexity scale is how a TCG creator will categorize their cards. Now, each creator can make their own complexity scale, but for the sake of this video, we're going to make a scale of 4. So here are the 4 categories. We have easy, medium, hard, and ultra mega force super difficult. Now, easy cards are simple cards that any beginner can really pick up and understand more or less what they mean within a TCG, whether they know the rules or not. And medium cards are when players are starting to become a little bit more intermediate, they know the rules, they know the basics, and they can start working on more advanced card effects, things that do slightly more complex things. And hard level cards are for players that have a more advanced knowledge of the game. They know the rule book pretty much inside out. They've encountered, played with, and played against all the keywords within the game, so they understand how everything interacts with each other. And ultra mega force super difficult cards are for players who just love walls of text. Now, remember when you were a beginner player and you got your first pack of cards and you ripped them open to look through all those amazing heroes and creature cards, and as you gazed upon these incredible cards, your eyes would cast further down and you would read the text that was under the card, and none of the text would make sense. And that is because as a new player, you haven't learned the rules yet. Even the more simplest of effects can throw you off. This is why when we look at the card complexity scale, we suddenly replace all the categories with rarities. And by doing this, we start to create a leveling up system for our players. So let's say you have 10 cards in a pack, 5 commons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares / 1 chance of an ultra rare. What you are actually giving a player, and more importantly a beginner player, is 5 easy to learn cards, 3 intermediate cards, and 2 advanced cards / a chance of an ultra mega force super difficult advanced card. And the reason we do this is because TCGs can scare new players away with massive walls of text. Now, you can make an incredible, amazing TCG, but if you aren't introducing your players to the right skill level at the right time, then it is doomed to fail. I mean, imagine introducing somebody to Dark Souls with a mid to high level boss. They will get destroyed. They will be put off the game. The challenge is too high at that point. New players don't want to take the time to comprehend the rules because you've removed the idea of them being able to reach that level. If the skill gap or complexity appears too advanced or unreachable, then players won't try to reach it. They won't try to attain it. Players want to passively, and that's the key word here, passively learn the game. They want to play the game at a level they are comfortable with and slowly become more advanced. Once they decide that this is the correct game for them, then they will advance into the higher tier of cards. They will start to obtain more booster packs and slowly obtain more of those rare cards. Of course, rare cards being more advanced, harder to learn cards. And another mistake that people absolutely need to avoid is forgetting to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you. But seriously, you must avoid the mistake of only putting your strong cards in rare slots. Strong cards need to be introduced to new players as well. It's just knowing the difference between strong and complex. So here is an example. When attacking, draw 5 cards. Now, drawing 5 cards is extremely powerful in 99% of TCGs. But show me one player who would not understand that effect. It is just 5 simple words with no internal keywords that need to be learned from the game. So simple, so straightforward. Your new players are ready to open booster packs and start the game. So please don't ruin your TCG by gatekeeping the most powerful cards in the rare slots. But also don't ruin your TCG by scaring new players away with a wall of text. Build the complexity of your game through card rarity and allow the players to grow with your TCG. Thank you very much. My name's James and this has been my Talk TCG. Goodbye.